Hey there, everyone. Hope everybody had a wonderful holiday season and everyone got what they wanted for Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever it is you might celebrate. I chose to go and be with my family like we do every year, and it's something we chose to do. You know, it was up to us, and we were safe about it. And, you know, we ended up having a really good time. And I found this here in my stocking, this little 18-watt Weller iron. I guess my family knows me pretty well, you know. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten different irons for Christmas or birthdays or Father's Day or whatever it may be. But anyhow, let's get to it. I'm going to just do a quick little review of the iron. Might as well. This here is the Weller WP18MP high performance soldering iron. It has easy change tips with the modular phono plug, and it's a medium duty iron that claims to have 60 watt performance. Claims to have 60 watt performance. We'll see. You know, I mean, that's pretty high expectations for this little guy here for an 18 watt iron. But it says it gets up to 925 degrees Fahrenheit. And another thing it claims that it heats up 3 times faster than the 60 watt iron. I just happen to have a 60 watt Hako 936 station here, so I might test it up against that. We'll see. We'll see what happens with this. We'll see how quick this guy actually heats up. Oh, also, did I mention that it has an LED light so you can see what you're working on? I mean, you know, that's pretty cool. If you don't gotta, you know, if you gotta work somewhere where there's not too much light, you got that little LED. That's pretty cool, I guess. Can't knock that. It's got the co-molded soft grip handle design, which is pretty nice. It's got the comfort tip positioning and control, and no stand required because it's designed to safely fit on your workbench. It just sits there just like that on your workbench. I mean, it wouldn't take much to knock it over. But even if you do roll it over, the tip never really touches anything unless you got something. So I guess it's pretty decent. So I guess you probably wouldn't burn anything up. And when you do have it on, once this LED here, once the red turns to green, then you're at an operating temperature, and it's ready to be used to solder with. And once again, the tips use a modular jack and plug for an easy tip change. So you just, well, let's see here. It says you just pull them out. Just use the rubber. Okay, well, let's see what the instructions say, because I'm pretty sure it said you just pull them out. Thank you for purchasing. Maintenance. To change the tip, pull the tip from the socket using the rubber grip pad built into the tip. Rubber grip pad. Okay. So it's in there pretty good. Pretty tight, I mean. So you can see the plug there. It's a jack. And it just plugs in. But I will say, speaking of tips, these tips are not cheap. They're upwards of $16, almost $17 on Amazon. That's about half the price of the whole iron. And the iron comes with the iron, the tip, and the AC/DC wall adapter. So yeah, if those go down in price, I think that'd be pretty cool. But as for now, these things are pretty expensive, and with how small they are, I don't see them lasting too long if you're going to be using this quite a bit. I know I'm not going to be using this that much, so it'll probably last me just fine. There are other tips available. Actually, one more tip available. You can get this conical tip here, or you can get a chisel tip. And if you do want to order those, the category number description for the conical tip is a WPS10. That's for the 03-125 conical tip. And for the 125 thou chisel tip, it's WPS 11. That's WPS 11. That's if you want that. So without further ado, let's get this baby plugged in and test it out on a couple pads here and a couple wires and see how fast it actually heats up. Like I said, it claims to be 3 times faster than a 60-watt iron. It said 60-watt iron. It didn't say 60-watt iron station. But I mean, come on. It's a 60-watt station soldering iron, so my Hakko anyway. My Hakko. All right, let's plug this bad boy in. Okay, plugged in. Turn it on. LED comes on straight away. And it's a red light. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 36. Okay, that took over 36 seconds because you guys saw I didn't start counting until after I turned it on a couple seconds. I counted 36 seconds. It took 36 seconds for that to get up to operating temperature. And let's see if it's at operating temperature. Here's some leaded solder. Yep, it's melting. I definitely don't think it's faster than the 60-watt iron. In fact, I know it's not. My 60-watt iron heats up like that. It's like not even 10 seconds. I mean, it's a fast heating soldering iron, so I really don't need to do a comparison because I'm sure if you guys are watching this, you know. And if you don't, let me know and I'll do a comparison for you. But I will tell you right off the bat that my 60-watt Hakko heats up in way less than half the time this thing took to heat up. It's not really a big deal. I mean, it's just half a minute, a little more than half a minute for it to heat up, whatever. But like I said, my Hakko is a 60-watt soldering station. If you have like a 60-watt plug-in iron, I don't know, that might take a little longer. I'm not positive, but I guess that's something somebody else can try out. Let's see how it does with some lead-free solder. Yeah, it melts it pretty good. I don't usually use the lead-free stuff, but just for demonstration purposes. Let's try a couple pads now. Try a couple of the bigger pads on here. Not too bad. Gets the job done. It's not too shabby. Now let's try some of the lead-free solder on these pads here. Oh. Not bad. It's working pretty good. Let's try tinning a couple of these 18 gauge braided copper wires here. First I'll do the leaded solder. Beautiful. Let's do on this side. Good. Now let's try the lead-free solder. Not bad. Took a little bit more than the leaded solder, but that's kind of to be expected with this stuff. Not too shabby. Okay, let's tin up a couple more of these pads. I'm going to do the lead-free solder. Okay. Let's go ahead and solder these wires onto the pads. Okay. That was a leaded wire, leaded solder wire, and this is the lead-free solder wire.